Okay, so apex param should be used inside command link, or let's see, where is this? Okay, action function, action support, command link, output text, and flow interview. For these tags only, you can use the apex param. Okay, now we have used this command for the command link. Okay, now how it displays, let's see. Go to this. Now here what I need is get the accounts dot remove of index. Okay, so in this case what we need to do is we need to refresh, right? Page reference, or let's say void just return. Now let's wait, search. Okay, if I delete 48, 48 should be deleted, remaining should be here. Okay, so this is just called how to use the apex param. This is bit important, and this will be asked inside the in interviews also. You can get the questions on this apex param, where you can use the apex param as well. Okay, the same way you can use the accounts and contacts as well. How to do that? Okay, instead, after this you can use select name from contacts. Okay, you will get the contacts here, right? So inside the Visual Force page, for each and every account, once the account is created here, then you can create one more table inside this tier. Okay, how it will be like this. This is now apex colon, use repeat only. Okay, values equals to acc dot a dot contacts, then var equals to con. Very simple. You can use apex colon, then you can use one more index variable called contact index, that is commonly account index, and this is contact index. Okay, once when you click on the contact, then automatically contact will be deleted using that, right? You need to get the both account index as well as contact index, then only you can get that, right? Otherwise you cannot get. Okay, now apex colon, I'm just using output variable or something, output field called value equals to cont dot name. Okay, here inside this it opens again. Okay, so I'm not formatting everything, I just created like this. Okay, and what I need, let's see, t or th contact name. I'm giving inside the repeat, I'm creating tr. See this. For this account, test account 1, I have this many contacts. This contact. Only one contact I have. Okay. So after that, I have this contact. This is the another account. So contact name is displayed, but there is no contacts. That's why it is just displaying like this. You have to order them. Okay. How to show that? Okay. Let's see where what is the account which is having the contacts. VF test account 123. Let's create one or two contacts here. Contact 1. Contact 2. Now just search for this account. Okay. Here. Contacts them are displayed. Okay, here you can use the checkboxes, right? As it is. Checkbox you can just, and whenever you are uh, deleting the contact, right, then you need to pass two indexes. One is contact index, another one is uh, account index, right? So from one list, how to get that? Let's say that I'm going to delete this particular record, contact 1. Okay, I have the delete button here. So if I delete that, what do I need to do? I need to get the account position. From that account I need to delete the contact, right? So let's say, let's write one more index called public integer contact index get. Okay, this one, let's say you need to add one more contact, one more method called public void delete contact, right? Inside this, what we need to do is, first I need to get account, right? Account A equals to, then for that I should have this one index, right? Accounts dot get of index, then A dot contacts is also one list, right? Then remove of contact index. This is how we have to do. So we need to pass the both 70. Okay, so here it is not coming like this, right? Account dot get index of done. Okay, from account we are doing this. Now in this case, whenever we are deleting this, right, we need to add the delete button for this as well. Like how it should be? It should be like this: td, then same command link button, okay, here delete contact. Here we need to use the method called delete contact method inside this. Instead of the index, we have to use con index, right? So this is also required. Apart from this, we need one more called con index. Okay, now I'm not writing entire code, I'll just has written the syntax only. Okay, now here what we need to do is, instead of ACC index, we need to get the contact index, right? Account index. From that account index we are repeating another thing, right? So that we need to use one more variable. So that means we need another this variable as well. I mean wrapper class, one more wrapper class. Now we have created a wrapper class for account, and we need to create a wrapper class for contact as well, because we need the row number, another thing. Okay, can use what is the index of this. Let's this one. Okay, now just 1, 2, 3. Delete contact. Method would be called logs 0, 1. When right, only one account, and then if we use these, simply, okay, we can get this. And for this account, if you want to delete from the contact permanently, then what we can do is first get that contact, c equals to, first use delete of a dot contacts dot get of this one. Now what will happen? First this contact will be deleted from the database, and it will be deleted from the list itself. Okay, now let's see the example. Save, delete. It's only there, but it's not deleted. I mean, from the this one it's not deleted. Okay, but from the database it is deleted. Now what you can do is you just query once again, that's it. Okay, if you see Visualforce page, before searching itself it is displaying the results. If you see that, see, search results are displaying and delete is displaying, that's it, right? We don't need to display this message. Okay, so whenever the results are there, then we need to display this one. Otherwise we have to say that okay, there are no results are found for this search. Okay, in this case what we have to do is we can do the thing called one variable we'll see if it works or not. Okay, repeat, and then this is the search results, right? So there is one thing called rendered. If you keep it true, right, then it will be always displayed. See this, it always displayed. If you make it false, then always it will be hidden. Even though if you search the results, then results will come, but it won't display here. It's called rendered. Okay, in this case what we have to do is we have to show this dynamically. Okay, for this we have the variable called accounts, right? This accounts dot size is greater than 0, then size greater than 0, then we need to display that, otherwise it's not required. Okay, let's see this. Fine, now let's use test search. Fine, it's displaying correctly. Okay, so that means you can use the conditions inside the rendering as well. Okay, now let's say if size is equals to 0 or something, size accounts equals null or something, then we have to display that it's not found or something, right? So what we need to do is we can use the condition somewhere else around that. Okay, so this is how we have to hide or render the some components. You can use the page block table or form or whatever it is. If you want to use, the rendered tag will be always there. Okay, so that is the example of this one. Okay, fine. Any questions on this? Mhm. The task is create one Visualforce page like this. Okay, but here whenever you check this checkbox, right, then only I need to display salary and this employee status as well country. Okay, this is the task. See, create a Visualforce page for employee object. Whenever I just check the checkbox active, then I need to display this thing. Okay, for this, let's use this for, I will show some examples for this. Very simple. Now, for now, let's use, okay. Hmm. What is view state? View state means if you go to your profile, let's say, okay, you need to enable to check the view state. Okay, here if you see that show view state in development mode, there is a checkbox on your user time. Then what you need to do is you just need to enable that. So view state and development mode. If you enable both, then what will happen is, okay, so development mode and view state in your footer or somewhere else. Then if you see this, right, if you go to here preview, then what will happen is this will be opened. Okay, here, sorry, okay, test 1 2 3. Okay, see here, so there will be, here there will be an option to enter the data. Here you can modify your content in the Visualforce page or Apex class directly here. Okay, now if you search for some data is displayed, right, here you can see that what is view state. Okay, so view state should not be more than 135 KB. Okay, should not be more than 135 KB. Here what is exactly view state? It just holds the data of components. Okay, whatever it is, if you observe this, if you enable this, what is the state it is having? Okay, it is having all the records, all the components and everywhere, right? See, if you see that this record is occupying 0.75 KB. Okay, means one record will be carrying some amount of data or some amount of size. Okay, so each and every component, each and every variable is having its own size. Okay, now here this should not be so. View state means it just calculates the size of all components which is used inside the Visualforce page. Okay, view state will be displayed only when you use the form tag. If you don't use the form tag, then there will be no view state. Okay, because if you don't use the form tag, then you cannot use the command button or whatever the buttons or so command links, you cannot use it. Okay, inside the form only you have to use the command buttons or whatever it is required. Okay, this is view state. It's very simple. So you just go through that view state and then how to, if let's say that, how to reduce the view state if it is going beyond the 135 KB. Okay, then there are some best practices to use that. Okay, you can use inside the Apex controller, you can use some static variables. First point, static variables. Second point, you can use transient variables. Static variables. Second point, transient variables. Then, so whenever the transaction is going back and forth, then whatever the values are not required, then you can make them null or something. Okay, make default values if the values are not required inside the Apex. This is another point. Okay, you can understand this. All non-transient data members in the associated controller will be inside the view state. So then objects will be there, the component tree will be there, a small amount of data for Visual Force to do housekeeping. Okay, you can see that view state inside the Visual Force page like this. Okay, for that what we need to do? We need to do some best practices. Just see some, this one, serialization. So this come in the Java, we don't need that. Okay, serialization you can use for the view state error, means making null, that's it. Okay, transient variables. This one, minimize number of forms. Write down all these things, this will be the important question for you. Okay, best practices to optimize the view state. Minimize the number of forms on page. Inside the Visual Force page, you can have any number of forms, but use only one form. Then you can avoid the view state error. Okay, you can use the transient variables to reduce the view state. Recreate state versus strong storing in the view state. It means okay, the progress data, if you can. Okay, so here we observed one condition, right? If you don't use this SOQL, what was happening? This was getting the records again. So previously we had 10 records, one record was deleted, and again it will be queried, and 9 records will be added. Plus means 10 plus 9, 19 were coming previously. That's why you put the clear, right? So that's how we have to just clear the collection and reconstruct our collections so that view state will be not reaching to the limit. Okay, so use the custom settings to use the data. Whatever the data is frequently using, that you can use inside the custom settings, because if you use the custom setting, then that will be used without querying the data, right? So then you, sometimes view state error will be avoided using the custom settings. So refine your SOQL to retrieve only the data needed by the page. Say if you don't need the all the data, but you are querying 50,000 of record, then automatically it will run out of the limit, right? So for that what you need is, you need to use the where condition or like condition, in condition, whatever it is, you just need to refine. Okay, so instead of using the command link or command button, we need to use some output link or something else like this. Okay, refactor your pages to make its view stateless. Okay, note down this website as well. This is very useful, I think.